Welcome back to part number 8 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Rome. I sit here and watch Carthage. They are expanding. Over here, they're surely going to win. At some point, it's hard to take war score out of these guys, but what am I going to do? I don't want to engage them with these levies. I'm pretty sure we would win, but I'm also fairly sure it would be a very bloody and long affair. There are a lot of things without legions and siege engineers that appear to be long affairs, bloody and long affairs, but maybe they're not as long or bloody as I may or may not think it. For instance, I have claims in Greece and Macedon. So, unfortunately, Macedon is occupied by the Antigonid Kingdom and company, all of his vassals. So we can pretty much rule that out, although it would be nice to acquire these Macedonian citizens so that I can grab this tradition. But I don't have quite enough pops. I need 168 at present, and that will surely rise. I only have 94. But I can probably pick up a couple of Macedonians here and there. Anyway. That's not exactly the point. So we'll rule out Antigonid Kingdom, but Greece is Fortress Greece. It's essentially, there's a fort everywhere. But I do want to pick up the Temple of Zeus, as it offers integration speed bonus and improved maximum opinion plus 50% for what that's worth. Our vassals will be happier with us. But the integration speed is nice, as I'm going to be able to integrate my vassals shortly in 487, which is 2 years out. How am I going to take this? Like, say I declare war on this, the Temple of Zeus current owner. I end up triggering Aetolia, Aegean, and Macedon. And Macedon is also over here. I wouldn't mind picking this territory up. Certainly wouldn't hurt. It's mostly Hellenic. I can plop some temples down there, get adjacencies to Cappadocia, Egypt, or whatnot. Extend my range or control range, etc. So how am I going to do that? How many forts are there? There's 1 fort, 2 fort, 3 fort, 4 fort, 5 fort, 6 fort, 7 fort, 8 fort at least, 9 fort. 9 forts right there. There are no forts over here, so I can just, well, there's one here for Macedon. That's 10 forts at least. If I catch these guys out, maybe they're on low maintenance. Oftentimes they'll be at 250, and I can assault immediately and go. But they'll gain their forces at some point. So I was thinking of maybe trying to steal some mercs from Carthage, large mercs. Assault. Number 1, Carthage won't have the mercs. Number 2, I can assault as many times as possible. Leave them in a diminished capacity. And over here. And then they'll begin to traipse across here or there or whatnot across Gaul and go back to their zone of where their base is. Meaning that Carthage won't be able to use them. After that, if necessary, I think there are various mercs about. There's some mercs, there's a merc here recovering, a full strength merc almost up here, there's a full strength here. There are probably some mercs, I'm sure, that are in Taurica, various other here that I can't see. There's one here. So I could let those go and then rehire new mercs and assault and rinse and repeat that and not really be quite as painful as it may seem on the outset. So maybe I can do that, and then once I take that, maybe some of these other guys, we can declare war on them and do the same thing with other mercs that we find about the board, assault, and then move on. And we can take Greece, we have claims there. We shouldn't get much aggressive expansion, and then we can get that ball rolling along while I wait for the Marian reforms. At some point, I may pull the trigger on Carthage before the reforms, I don't know, but there are some large merc over here. There's another decent one here that can be acquired. I think this last time I checked was 29k strength. It'll probably go a long way to dispatching a lot of the Carthaginian trouble from the levy of Africa, etc. Through here, he has all those cities now. But let's do Greece and go. Let's hire this merc here, 14 Marshal. We'll get him on board. There are more mercs further out. I don't want to sail there, pick them up. They're not really all that good. They're about 10 strength and 10 Marshal in either. I don't want to sail there and then come back. This guy, the logic being that we'll probably not be able to go to Greece and then sail over here to pick this unit up. So I'll just grab him right now. And then we'll go, let's go pick another merc up here. I hired a merc in Athens as well. He's he has a full belly here, so he's good. The logic being that if I don't hire him, I suspect one of these guys will. I don't want to deal with him. Carthage has had this merc that's normally stationed in Carthago active nearly the entire game. It's impossible to hire him. But this one is there. At least I think it is. Last time I checked. There he is. We have a new leader. Let's hire him. Get him on board. There's a nice orator there. And a nice young trainee for our aggressive expansion. We'll probably not be picking up a lot of aggressive expansion because we have claims in all of Greece. It may take a while, but it won't be a high aggressive expansion event. It's a perfect time to train her up to her full potential. Improve that infrastructure. So these units have landed. Let's go ahead and get a couple of months worth of morale reorganization and trigger another pop capacity improvement here. Our city in Carciole has hit here. That's the last of the Latium other than those two grain territories. I need to find 21 pops or thereabouts, 22. I just moved 5 Romans from various territories here into this city. And let's see the status of it. It's becoming almost a Roman majority. I could make it so by moving some Lepontics out. But I figure it'll happen at some point. Well, maybe I should do it. We'll move some Lepontics here and then move those down to Rome. Let's see, we can move these Lepontics out from that city. A couple of Druid Lepontics or whatnot, and that should come close to... Now it is a Roman majority, and it's not though, Umbrians. Well, yeah. Well, as long as I've gone through all the trouble of having a Roman majority or trying to get that, I'm going to try to extract some Romans from, say, this territory somewhere. There's one here. We'll move a couple of various sorts, say here, Etruscans, and then move them in here and move the Umbrians out toward Rome. So normally this is a bit more pop micro than I care for, but as long as I've started the process, I may as well see it through here. So what's the story here? We have 8 Romans and 9 Umbrians. We need to move 2 Umbrians out here. Umbrians, there they are, 1 and 2. So that will leave this as a Roman majority. And they should assimilate faster than previously because I have no malice other than the guy presently assimilating is not Hellenic. But soon will be at some point because of all of this conversion that we have going with the auto tick as well. So that leaves us with the pops here. We need to move here, and then we'll move them here and then there and get them into our brand new city in Carciole. So far as I can tell, all of my cities are fully populated. Essentially, can use a few more there. What of it? They're not. They just started promoting, so I'll not worry about that just right now. Well, at some point, I'm going to take either force march or this. So I may as well take the free provincial improvement and pop that as long as I have these in the bank. I'm sure I'll go to forced march or quick march as well. I could take this now and then that, or we'll just wait. Before proceeding over there, I figure I may as well find a new replacement mercs. I have one here should I need him. Actually, it's probably not a bad idea. They'll probably hire him though. I'm gonna try to find mercs and have my fleet positioned to pick them up for the replenishment event. There's some mercs up here. I'm gonna maybe grab them out of Torica. Maybe it would be quicker. There's one in Pella and one here. We can pick them up as needed, and then maybe if we need to escalate, we can go up to Pella. We've arrived. I'm going to leave this Macedonian area until the end. Maybe we pick it up. We will, I'm sure, want to pick it up, but I'm going to leave it until the end, until we can separate peace out with these guys and burn down some AE. Whatever the case is. What happens here? Who are you? You're allied with various sorts of defensive. Doesn't really matter. In theory, this one's probably as good as any other. It's only one fort, I think, here. And that would down our war goal almost immediately, and we'll get an uptick on war score. So let's declare the war here. There's no problems with that. Let's check the allies one more time. That's it. Let's do it. It's on now. So we'll send one. This is as good as any other. Here we'll send him there. And we'll send you right down here. We'll see about you going to the Macedonian, the only Macedonian holding in Greece. Let's see about, it's 300. Let's assault immediately. We've landed. Let's go up here. We down that siege. We can go here as well, hopefully. We've won a battle somewhere, I think in Macedon. That's at full strength. Well, we're going to assault it anyway. We popped the siege of Corinthos. Okay, so this is Egypt. We're not going to be able to get any access. I'd like this merc to head over here, so we're going to pick him up with our fleet and ferry him to this fort and assault again. Want another glorious victory. And let's assault. Oops. Assault. This one is a whopper. I'm going to assault it anyway. Boom. We downed that fort as well. We're not at war with you, are we? We are, though. Let's go ahead here and begin to siege down that fort. Let's move this unit here to the capital of that Aegean. Siege of Thermos has dropped. The war goal is hit. Let's head down here. Let's redeploy over here. We can assault that as well, hopefully. Let's assault it. Boom. We've done it. Let's head here. Begin to siege down that fort. Stack wipe that unit. So all of these forts, I think, are in play, in motion, and that is the entirety of our war presently. So the fleet is not really needed unless one of these guys gets worked over. I don't really see how that happens, although who knows. Which means we can go either here or here, it doesn't matter. Pick up our Italic levy and head over to Macedon here. We have a 100% Liburian fleet, so it's about as fast as is possible. That's not the Italic levy, that's Magna Graecia. The Italic levy is here. Just to be sure, you never really know with Mac. We'll head over here and pick up a proper levy. Alright, let's embark and head on over. We found the Macedonian fleet. We should work it over badly. It'll take some stability, I'm sure. Slaughtered them. Siege here, I think, is fallen. We can separate peace with you. And certainly will. We now have the Temple of Zeus under our control. Another siege has fallen here. I think if we assault that fort, we could peace out. We've arrived here. I probably should have broken this guy in half. Then we could have headed here, here, and here simultaneously. Well, so that siege has been assaulted away, and then we can separate peace here. Begin to reorganize our merc units for the next wave of attacks, get food positive and such. Okay, I can break him in half. Now we'll go and take this capital. We'll take to the sea again and head over here. Looks like there's nobody home. Let's do it. We've taken that capital. Let's head to this fort. The provincial capital is down. Let's pick this unit up and get him involved in that assault. Let's start the assault, see what happens. We've done it, and that should be 100% war, or near 100% war score. And a fair clip of AE, but not all that much. Let's do it. Well, the good news here is we took this territory, and we're not going to have to take it out of Egypt, the Seleucids, or the Antigonids. The bad news is we're not quite ready to proceed against our next target. I haven't even figured out who the next target, if any, will be, as we need to reorganize here. I also took a look here. We can begin to integrate various... Not sure I want to integrate Athens just right now, as when we integrate them, I think we're going to get a bonus for quote-unquote sacking. I just did that, right? Yeah, I did. Sacking Athens. So, maybe we'll hold it sort of like a bank. We don't really need the territory or the funding, but it's nice to have... I think the more money you make, I'm sure of it, the more money you get. You're getting very close to topping out, and oftentimes I'll forget. So what can we do? We'll be ready to grab this. Heavy infantry offense, suppose not bad. We could get 4 free provincial improvements, Legion recruiting, engineers, supply train. We don't have any of that. 4 free improvements is not bad, but I'm going to pop this one here. Apparently we have, 16 and obsessive. Who are you? 13. I see. I think the higher our Miltech is, the faster we get to Marian reforms. Maybe. Pretty sure the higher your Miltech is, the greater weight or chance or probability of it occurring. I think if you're Rome, I just checked the Reddit post. It seems legitimate and knowledgeable. You have to be Rome and have the date of 520. And if you have a 14 or 16 Miltech, you get a bonus. So it's not bad to have a Miltech. We would have to take our great family man out of his post and then put the minor character in. What good will it do us? I don't really know. Just a couple of 30% more, and the chance for a breakthrough, I suppose. This guy is really good at what he does. Yeah, we'll do it anyway. So put that minor character in there. Maybe he gets a breakthrough with his obsessive trait. I can stand these levies down. Why should I? Why should I? Just bring them back to the coming war that's about to open up against, I think, Megalopolis. These guys are reorganizing. I'm going to have this fleet headed back. We're going to start that war as soon as this fleet arrives. Looks as though Macedon has returned from the grave as the former iteration of the, or the new iteration of the Antigonid Kingdom. These integrations are happening very quickly. This singular territory, December 488. And then let's see when you are going to annex 504. I'm going to search for Romans in here. Maybe some have popped up and we can create a new client state here as well. I found one. A singular Roman, and there's another here as well, and another as yet again. So, what's the status of you? There are 2 pops there now. We can move one out from this territory here. And then we can move them out from that territory there, leaving a minimum value of 1 in either. It means we won't have to reintegrate these pops. And this pop here is what culture? A Hellenic Histrion. Not particularly Romanizing very quickly, so if we move 2 Roman pops here, we can release this as a client state and annex a fair swath of land up through here or there or whatnot. We could continue up here as well. And why not do it? So I did it. There were in fact some Romans in this province, so just move them here, there, 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 and there. So we should now have, well, 2 Roman slaves and 1 Histrion. So if we look at the provincial name here, Histria, we can sort by alphabetization, go down to Histria, release client state. We've done it. We look here, we should have a Hellenic Roman client state. I took a look here. You can, after a war, if you're not the controlling overlord of a given territory like this, our new client state here could annex Raetia in a war, or if we were to somehow engage this unit in a war, I think this client state could actually annex that territory directly without any sort of adjacencies. I haven't tested the diplomatic range or anything because I don't like to do it. I was wondering internally as to, how, because I want Veneto for myself. For no other reason, I want to file a claim on Carnia. And I don't want to give Veneto to our would-be client state in our theoretical war against this lot here. I want Veneto, number 1, I have a claim there, so I wouldn't pay much AE, and then number 2, I want to access Carnia in this way. There's a lot of pops there. Anyway, so if I sell a territory to this client state here, if I sell him that, he doesn't want to buy it, I see. Well, I see. We take that. He doesn't want any of that. I was thinking I could give him the client, sell him that, and he'd be happy, but he's not, though. He doesn't want it because he doesn't want it. He doesn't understand that I want to give him all of this stuff here as well. If there were only a way to tell him, well, maybe I'll just have him annex that directly anyway, just because I can. In the theoretical war, we'll just have him take. Have him take that and that. I'll take Veneto. We'll call it a day at that. We're headed back here. We're going to start this war almost immediately. We have a bit of money. Let's see if we can plop down some more academies in any of these given. Let's see. We have space for more. It seems like a macro builder thing. Let's build some academies in these various areas. Have a couple here as well, just because. We are positioned and ready. Let's see, Messenia, not much there. This 2-territory Mantinia. And who are you? Oh, here, just 1 territory. Whatever, we'll just do it. On we go. Looks like our numbers have fully and/or mostly recovered, so let's head down here. We'll see about taking out. What's he done with all of his forts? Would seem he doesn't do forts. Good for me. Good for me. We'll go right here. We slaughtered a unit here. And may as well assault. It's only 300. We've occupied Argos. I believe we can proceed here now. That assault worked. Let's head to his capital. Let's assault this fort as well. Looks like that worked. We'll go here. Let's assault there. Let's head to the capital of Messenia. Another assault worked. Let's head here as well. Let's assault this fort. Boom. Let's head here and close this out. Last assault. Didn't work. This guy's on the way though. It worked. That's game over for him. 89 war score, 7 AE. I'll take it. Also take the money, I think. Well, that was relatively easy. This seems a good crew. Let's reorganize. We don't have an egregious amount of aggressive expansion. I think we can invade Crete, where we happen to have a claim. We'll get Rhodos, Lycia, and this city-state-esque looking nation right there as well. We're taking some war exhaustion from the levy of Italia. Maybe we'll disband it. This came into some money. We can wait for a wonder or build some theaters and yeah, probably want a wonder. Yeah, speaking of wonders, I wonder really. Wondering about wonders. Maybe we'll just integrate Athens now, as we could use the money for a wonder. The sooner we get a commerce and income wonder, as well as a slave output wonder, the more wonders we'll be able to build, I think. So if we get this one rolling along here, we get import routes at our capital +3, tax and commerce income by 10%. We can juice our slave output by 20% and have one other, say the government traditions, or government traditions for loyalty, corruption, and loyalty of governors as well. And then we'll be able to build another wonder with the tax money and slave output we get from our first. All we need to do is get that first wonder, and we're going to wait. Keep this money in the bank. I was going to build theaters in our various newly conquered territories, and or here. Where did these come from? That's interesting. I wonder why there's no theater there. Well, let's see if it's necessary per se. It probably actually is. Okay, so I'd swear that maybe the more pops moved there and another building became actionable. Okay, whatever the case is, they're there now. Magna Graecia probably doesn't need it for the loyalty, although could use it for the assimilation, for levy count and or legion count at some point. But again, I want to build that wonder. And we have a lot of cities in which we could build a grand theater. Here we could saw through that money at the snap of a finger. So we'll not do it. We'll save for that wonder. Demolish some buildings and maybe try to dredge up a little bit of money in buildings I don't want or never use. Barracks and maybe training camps and various other things. Let's see, we have any barracks over here? We don't. Maybe, let's see, tribal settlements. We have any? We do. Quite a few slave estates here. They don't really do much slave output. It's not bad, I suppose. Over the longer term, I'll probably lose money on that. Do I care? I don't. These pops will end up in a city anyway, and they won't utilize that slave estate to its full value at all anyway. Assimilation speed for this province. Most of these guys are in cities anyway, so whether these guys assimilate any faster or not is completely irrelevant. So I'll get rid of that provincial legation as well. Is training camps necessary? Not so much. A few of them about. Well, that's a demolish. Got some money back. What to do now? I think invade Crete, but our troops are not feeling particularly well. And yeah, we just watched Carthage gobble up Massilia, and there he is, ever larger. You know, why should I take these guys out just right now? There's probably a fair clip of AE in Rhodes and this Lycian area. This area here as well. As, although we do have claims in Crete, it's probably a fair clip of AE. Why not get this ball rolling along and get these areas Romanizing under the management of our client state Tarsatica. There don't appear to be all that terribly many forts up there either. Probably less than Rhodes and Crete, etc. And we won't take any AE ourselves. We can give most of it to that client state. Oreos has integrated. You know, this this city of Antipolis is not affiliated with anyone, which means we could take it if we just had a claim, which we now soon will. If we claim this, we could send some Romans up there and use it as a vassal to take over these various areas here as well. All in anticipation of our wonder we're about to create using the diplomatic traditions wonder. So with that having been said, we may as well plop this as well, right? Because we're going to need it to get there. That should about do it for the episode. These guys are going to head back up into this area where the war is going to start. I hope to see you then.